wait for the ad to go away. It occurs to me, it would really help if I also opened up Sirenscape so that we can have some music.
Yes, it
Oh
would.
god.
The mighty
Keep
nine.
forgetting
There are so many spinning plates. Spinning plates, those two.
Yep.
Let me get my Sirenscape.
That's two soups sketch, surely. One soup and another soup.
Many
Back to
soups.
the
Oh.
super duper.
I'll find a video of it later.
Oh my dear.
All right.
Confusing.
Think we have everything we need now.
I do believe so. And I do believe that our beloved dungeon master promised something to a certain crane.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
You know,
Yes,
before
Uh-huh.
you do go on the rant, I was gonna say you don't necessarily have to do a voice, but like you could do it in the style of an anime intro or something like last time on Jurnis and the Gang, like blah.
Okay, that's fair enough. In that case, just for the fun of it, let me see if I can find something before we begin. Does anything come up on Sirenscape if I type in the search anime? Ooh, it doesn't. Okay. That sucks.
Sirenscape, I need to open mine.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone just randomly do an a cappella version of your favourite anime theme.
Okay, so
You see this
last
thing going
time
on
in
TikTok
the
now?
wonderful world.
Dear Maria,
Oh, that
works
is
with any anime
so-
opening. But anyway,
That is, there we go.
off you go.
Okay, so last time our heroes finally uncovered the mystery of the exploding city. Basically, a rat folk by the name of Scrack and his Vrixis associates, a splinter group of Veril, were made a deal with a dryad, a goddess of the forest, to basically help her remove all the pesky people from that city so she can repopulate it with trees as it should be. Unfortunately, this pint-sized little rodent made one fatal flaw. He was rude. And he was rude to his patrons. So basically, this dryad lady shows up in the middle of combat while everything's going to hell. She politely takes Tahu by the hand and compels him to lead her to a side passage where he, along with Dog, who was a little confused by the whole thing, Tahu basically explained the situation to her as he saw it. She waited until the combat had basically been resolved, strode into the room and took the very rude elder Scrack and grew a tree out of him. He is still alive, by the way, and he will continue to be so forever. Apologizing for the rudeness and the miscommunication, the dryad basically took all of the corpses, turning them into her own undead minions, and left through the tree. First of all, offering to help the little dog, who may or may not be a familiar. And also, she wanted to apologize and ask the party if there was any kind of favor she could grant them in recompense for her unwitting transgression. She was very clingy and very close to Icrius, and he asked her politely if she would stop touching him. The debt was paid, and so she left. Now, the party have returned to the once again slowly dying out Tardy Tyro Tavern in the city of Cusvelgrim. And they are decompressing after one heck of a night. Incidentally, sidebar, Graz the goblin, her hair was somewhat, let's be honest, it's wrecked. She went full Marisha after a fireside chat. And Jurnis was basically press ganged into designing a new outfit for her. So,
Oh, darling, I wasn't press gang at all. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Now let's deal with your hair.
So, we find ourselves back in the Tardy Tyro Tavern as I bring us over to that particular scene. So, as the group is recovering, I believe, Sir Icarus, you were having a very particular feeling. You went on ahead, I believe. Was that correct?
As far as I was aware, we were in a tavern when we left off.
We did, yeah, but I'm saying before we got here, Icarus went a little bit ahead. He was stressed, is that correct?
Oh, are we reversing? Then yes, that was the case.
Yeah, no, it's just a brief recap.
Then yes.
Yes.
Yes, the party were talking about sex and stuff, and it made him uncomfortable.
I mean, what else is new with this group? But yes, we now find ourselves, once it loads, in the Tardy Tyro Tavern. You are all...
They get a makeover.
It got a little bit of a makeover, yes.
Mm.
A shame it's shutting down soon.
For a while, it's shut down because
There's a whole room
splurging all their
back
money on
here.
this.
There's a whole room back here that wasn't here before.
Mm.
There must be something there that wasn't there before. Don't mind me just going all Disney.
Nothing wrong with that. So, as you guys are, chilling out in the tavern, decompressing, was there anything that you guys wished to discuss? Was there any outstanding business that needed taking care of? To clarify, it is about 2:15 in the afternoon at this point, and the time is now ticking away as per usual.
Well, the other thing Jurnis really wanted to do, she managed to do last week, which was apologise to Sir Icarus.
Yes, Icarus and Jurnis finally had a little bit of a, touch base on her somewhat, let's be honest, mean response. Poor Ricky, poor freaking Ricky.
She's sorry.
Yeah, she did apologize. But yes, so to clarify, the tension in the city itself does seem to be pretty prevalent because nobody realizes that the problem has been solved. And they can't know. Because if they find out the Veril were behind the recent attacks, that is going to destabilize things to the point where the Veril would likely be kicked out of the city, which means that the protection that they provide the city from the aberrations and other things in the wilds would go. But there are certain members of this group who they report in to people from time to time, and whether or not they wish to reveal anything or nothing to their employers is entirely up to them. So, Icarus, you are casting a prayer.
No, I'm testing it. I've been bug fixing this entire time. And now it works.
Not a problem.
Skullface is going to take a quick look around the group. Just go, by the way, has any of you lot got any silver?
Got a few silver coins. Have gold, if you need gold.
To be honest, the amount of silver in them, there's slightly more silver in a pint of seawater than there is in our silver coinage.
Yeah, that's true enough.
I believe Master Skullface is referring to powdered silver, the kind used in our holy rituals.
Oh.
To be honest, any silver will do. As long as I can melt it down.
I'm sorry, do you want good silver or shitty silver?
Well, Sir Icarus, I've had a little idea.
Oh.
How would you feel... I was going to say, how do you feel about blessed ammunition?
Oh, I think that's a capital idea. I believe that can be arranged.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I can get enough silver, I can knock together some silver bullets, so Icrius can bless them, and we have a little bit of an advantage against anything down there.
I'm game.
The problem is procuring the silver. It's not very easy to come by.
Hello.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm pretty good at procuring things.
CD, if you can get out of enough silver, I can.
Legally,
See what?
CD, please.
I mean, Graz will actually lean past Jurnis and whisper, I mean, only if you can get it legally. If not, you know, don't worry about it.
Oh, you guys are no fun.
Either legally or don't tell us where it came from. Also, you two. She's going to point to...
She's actually going to get up out of her seat and move towards the door.
Behave or don't get caught.
Is this the one that you were doing the
Anyway, well, Madam CD goes and does what I assume is going to be very illegal. You two, hold still. And she's going to cast Cure Wounds on the two of them.
Okay. The DM will add that healing, so that's going to be boop, and that's going to be oh dear, so boop. So yeah, Skullface gets an extra 14. Icarus only gets 9. There we go.
DM.
Yes, my dear.
Would she know of any places she could procure some silver?
Give me a history check.
Please don't steal from the clerics.
Oh no, what a terrible idea. What a terrible idea, Kubur. Why would you give
you
the
say-
DM such an idea?
Do you say history?
Yes, history, if you'd be so kind.
I'll say the first thing will just literally steal from our own exact order. Our not assassins.
I mean, yeah, that's actually a fair point from Tahu over there. The August Sanctum is one of the more wealthy establishments. You also know that in the red quarter of the city, where more of the aristocracy live, you know, there's a couple of houses that could be easily broken into. However, a lot of those are going to be personally protected by well-paid guards. Your best bet, if you're looking to easily procure silver in bulk, would either be the bank, which would be even more well, or you could go for one of the businesses in the trades district, you know, the upper end section. For context, it's basically one street down or one street up from where Skullface's shop is. Not that CD knows anything about that yet.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And how's the...
I like that option.
Okay. Okay then. So CD's going to go on a little jaunt to acquire some silver. We'll get to CD in a little bit, if that's okay. Okay.
So
I
it's,
love it.
I mean,
So, boop.
it's not amazing.
In the
but
meantime,
it's more than you were burning.
what is the rest of these ne'er-do-wells doing?
Yeah, you're earning considerably more than minimum with that, then.
I resent that comment, DM, and you know it.
I know you.
Do you need a little bit more healing, Icky, or are you feeling better?
Oh, I think I'll be fine, unless you expect we'll be fighting again within the next hour or so.
You know, in this city, I wouldn't put it past us.
You know, you're absolutely right. Yes, please, by all means.
Alright, hold still. And... boop. There we are.
I know what that
That's better.
Oh, you'll get
14.
more for the
That's a
stuff,
boop to Icky. There you go.
but you might
That's gone
find
up a bit.
situation that you'll be getting more per month, and the taxes.
Oh, then.
Wait a minute, what has happened here? Max HP 65, current hit points 76.
That's all right.
I mean, that might be including temporary hit points, which have probably gone by now.
Possible.
Well, I would just set it to 65.
How much effectively were you paying per month?
Yeah, because your health bar says, looking at your health bar, it looks like you're at half hit points.
Yeah, but I mean,
But when I mouse over, it says I'm uninjured.
Yeah.
Okay.
That happened to me when I increased my max hit points when I leveled up.
I mean, if the game insists I have like 120 hit points, I'm not going to fight it.
I think the DM might have some problems with that.
Just a little.
be paying more time.
There's only one class that I know that can have 120 hit points at this fucking level.
You're probably going to take a more to be perfectly honest.
So yeah,
You're
that
not
might
one of
be.
them.
I was joking, guys. Jeez.
We know.
I know.
By the
Yeah.
way, thank you for not stopping Seethe.
Well, I mean, the greater good and all that. Just don't get caught.
For the greater good.
Oh, you don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, so no,
Yeah, I do.
I just excused myself.
1350. A nice rule of thumb is that every.
So you expect us all to just like sit around the table and just go, oh, I'm sure Seethe's just having a nice walk.
So,
Well, for one thing, I'm going to go for a little bit of plausible deniability and go somewhere else. Because, Graz, we should probably get you something that's not singed.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'd best
Oh
go
god, her brain
and...
is fried. Graz, do you hear me?
I'm so sorry. That one more time. The DM was concentrating on something then. What were you asking, Graz?
I was asking her what we go get her some new clothes since she's a little bit singed.
Yeah, that works for me, Red.
Plausible deniability.
Go.
We're not here if Seethe gets caught.
Right, well, I'm heading back home to sort out a few things.
See who?
I'll be back soon.
As you guys,
Skullface.
after you, Seethe.
Skullface is basically going to follow him out and then head the other direction.
Jurnis, as you're exiting the building, three people brush past you, eyes staring straight ahead, heading towards the bar.
Do I recognize any of them?
Give me a history check.
Could I get him on that as well?
You could.
Hang well as well.
Nope, that's deception. Ignore that. I missed.
I would say no. These are three completely normal-looking people. What's everybody's passive perception?
Ooh, let me check.
Skullface,
15.
passive perception is 15 as well.
13.
I would say anyone at 15 or above would notice as soon as these three people walk in, Keith leaves what he's doing, doesn't exactly rush over, but he's paying very close attention to them. And he leans forward and he's murmuring in a low voice. After a moment, the three walk past your table. Really? That's how you're going to do it, Foundry? Okay. Okay. And they go up the stairs. After a moment, Keith calls over to Igni, one of the younger dwarven barmaids. She is going to tend the bar, and he is going to very calmly head up the stairs as well. So, Jurnis, you were heading out and going shopping with Graz, yes? And
Yep.
Skullface was leaving. Tahu, given the fact that you paid attention, would you like to go up the stairs?
Yes, that's what the stealth roll is for and everything.
A 9, I would say Ang and Icarus would have noticed. Yeah, Skullface.
Well, I was more of being stealthy for the other people.
Well, they would have noticed
I
too.
didn't care if anybody followed me.
That's fair.
But I was gonna wait until they're at the top of the stairs and I'm coming, but like, I'm keeping my distance for the moment.
That's fair. So, Skullface, the question is, are you remaining or are you leaving?
No, he's heading back home.
He is
He's
heading
in-
back home. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then. We will get to everybody's individual things in but one moment. Ang, Icarus, and Fowlin. What would you like to do?
Well, Icky doesn't really have anything else he needs to do immediately, so it'd probably be a good idea to get some rest. We're gonna fucking need it.
That is true. Okay, then.
So he's just gonna go to bed.
Aang is going to head on over to his temple and see what happens.
Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. So, in that case, I would say
Danny, I am going
Icarus
to swap over
and
to the other device, but I'm gonna go for
Tahu.
that, but I still want to chat.
By the way, Tahu, Cream, if you move forward onto those stairs, you might find something interesting happen.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sometimes technology is neat.
Sometimes Foundry does good stuff. Sometimes it does what it's supposed to do.
Yes, let Doggo rest by the fire.
Looks like he's in the fire.
Specky's
he
nice
doesn't burn
trap
that
upstairs.
bad.
Oh wait, there we are.
Spec is right there.
So Tahu just has Specky on his head, just suddenly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's two Speckies. Okay, cool.
They're multiplying!
Yeah.
Oh, there's
I have
traffic
some
barriers.
trying to spot out of my ears.
So let me set the scene. Tahu and Icarus, as you're stepping upstairs to the room that you have seen before many times and is not a brand new map, honest, you do hear low murmuring voices coming from around the corner. Are you being stealthy or are you just heading to your room as normal, Icarus?
Yeah, Icarus is just heading to his room.
Okay. As you head through, you notice Keith is sat in one of the lounge chairs. Three people just standing. And as one, they sort of turn to look at you, give you a nod, and wait for you to pass.
What is the demeanor of these folks? Like, can I insight them to get a vibe of what's going on?
Please do.
Yeah. Oh, never mind with an 8. I don't think I'm going to get much.
They're three normal-looking people.
Mm-hmm.
They look at you, a fairly neutral expression, give you a polite nod.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
And with an 8, I can't tell if anything is amiss, so Icarus is just going to nod back and be on his way.
Okay.
I hope Keith doesn't die.
He is knackered.
Yes, he is.
Yes, this was your. There you go. And Icarus, we'll get to Icarus in a little bit. Okay. Tahu, I'm assuming you're listening at the stairs.
Yeah. What do you want for rolls? Or...
I would like a perception check, please, sir. 14, that's not bad. Okay. You hear low, monotone voices from around the corner. Your payment is behind. You know that we cannot keep this place open indefinitely. If you have no source of income, this area will have to close down and a new one will be found instead. You can be relocated. This will not cost you anything. These are three different people, by the way, but they all speak with a very blank, monotone voice. You hear Keith murmuring to himself, "Oh, I mean, we've lived here a while. We're part of the community and all that, you know. It's like the community is moving on. Without the Thieves Guild, there is no need for this place. It is no longer suitable to our purposes. You will be given time to relocate. If you find further investment, something that can reactivate the business, then we will keep the hub installed. However, if you are unable to keep this place active, we need to relocate. We need a populated area. We cannot risk being noticed in a quiet location such as this. I understand. Thank you for telling me. Good day. And you hear the footstep of a group of people heading towards you, Tahu. So what are you going to do?
I'm just going to look down and act like I'm packing a smoke while casually walking forwards as if I hadn't heard anything. And bump into them.
Okay. Give me a performance with... Yeah, just give me a straight performance check. Okay. So you impact with the first one. It's like a human male. Looks like to be a dockhand or something. He blinks once, tilts his head to look at you. Then this elven woman looks to be dressed in sort of like fairly expensive noblewoman robes, moves around, takes a look at you. Then this human woman behind them in fairly simple, almost like a military dress, looks at you. And as one, they sort of like they tilt their heads a little, blink, and tilt their heads and look back at you. And the one in front says, "You seem to be lost."
Shake my head.
Kenku are very good at recording. Yes, they are.
I nod my head.
I wonder how good you are at forgetting. Tahoe, would you please give me a wisdom saving throw?
Is that button?
It is the wisdom save. Okay. Okay. You.
Can I interrupt for a second? How do I got kicked off the screen that was showing what was going on. Am I supposed to see it, or am I just
yes. No, yeah, you can. Let me just bring you back up. I can actually drag you over there. So I'll pull you to this scene here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
No problem. And this is the spectator. So this is
free. The people are gone.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right,
yeah.
Go back.
It's okay. So let me explain what happened. So Tahu, from your point of view, you remember going up the stairs for something. You wanted to check in on Keith, but as you go up, you blink for a minute and you sort of peek around the edge, and Keith is just there, sat head in his hands, shaking slightly. Don't remember much else.
Rip.
That's unsettling.
Rip.
Oh, he sits up. Oh, hi, Tahu, right?
I'll just pat his shoulder and comfort him.
Thank you. Allow me. And he is actually going to pull out a cigar for you.
I'll light it and smoke it with him.
Okay. Admittedly, it is not the quality of brand you're used to. It's definitely more of a budget type, but no, you can tell that it's the best he can afford at the moment. So as you guys are sitting there taking a tripping hazard.
The potato.
I see. Okay.
This group of players is addicted to vandalizing maps.
Yes, they are.
I don't know how to draw on this one.
But yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but yeah, there's a drawing tool on the left. It's about 1, 2, 3 down. So there you go.
Done.
I'm an agent of chaos. I embrace it. It is what it is. So anyway, Tahu. Keith, chill for a moment, having a nice, relaxing smoke. He just looks at you and says, I don't know if you're going to remember much of this, but I've really enjoyed working here, you know. I like the people, I like the city, I like, you know, being helpful, you know, being able to get people what they need, you know, information, travel. I enjoyed working with Cleus. She was a good woman. She didn't really know much about what was going on here, but yeah, she made the job a lot easier. I'm gonna miss it.
Okay. And I'll give him like a questionable like, what does he mean? Because like, of course I don't remember.
So you with the you know, the Sanctum, right? You know, the not assassins, right?
I'll give him a chuckle.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to know any wealthy people with a lot of money to spend who want to own a business? You know, we used to do a lot of business with the Sanctum on and off. Good at getting information for you guys. I don't suppose anyone would be interested in helping refurbish the place.
I
wonder how much
try to get
that
him to
would
tell me more
cost.
in this sense, like.
Okay. I tell you what, actually, I would say give me persuasion with advantage because he's giving you way more than he really should, but he's kind of. You can tell he's kind of reaching fuck it levels.
He's a desperate man.
He is. Okay. You know how this is supposed to be a bard school, right? How one half of the building is supposed to be for teaching how to perform, and the other half is, you know, a business to help fund that, right? They're both fronts. Main point of this place is to acquire information and sell it on to people who need it, among other things. Now, without the boss and her connections, the Thieves Guild side of things is pretty much dead in the water, which means all that's working now is the tavern. With all the attacks that's going on, nobody's really hiring bards and entertainers at the moment, so people don't feel safe. Business is running down, and now let's just say the landlords would like to repurpose the building for other supplies. I'm trying so hard to ignore.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying so.
Oh no.
You see that? That was the last guy who crossed the 3 mysterious people.
But yeah, well, me and my husband will be okay. We'll be relocated to somewhere else, but I just don't want to. I spent too many years working here, building something up from scratch. I'm just not in the mood to start over, you know what I mean?
I would nod my head, but I would then like shake my head, point to the ground, and like make a peepee with my hands, just point to him like this is your home.
No, it's not. I go where I'm told. I wish it was. But let's just say some of us in this community kind of we have obligations. I can't really tell you too much about that, and you don't really want to know. Ignorance is bliss. You know what they say?
Well, I hate to do this to him, but
Go on.
well,
Go
okay.
Mm-mm.
Why won't it let me cast it? I have a level 2 spell slot, you fuck.
What are you doing to Keith?
Trying to detect thoughts.
Okay, let me bring up some stats and information. Resistances.
There's no checks for it he has to make unless I decide to probe deeper, so we'll see if I probe deeper.
Okay.
But it says you initially learn the surface thoughts of any creature and what's on the mind at the moment.
Okay. The basic surface thoughts of the individual in front of you, aside from the concerns that he has shared, you do feel that he is concerned about being relocated to somewhere else in his community. You just feel the word "the community." You don't know what that means. Worried about having to shut the hub down and potentially being reassigned to a different city.
Well, I will probe deeper.
Okay, explain to me the mechanics of how you are probing deeper.
As an action, you can shift your attention to another creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, if its emotional state, and something that looms larger in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. If succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you're probing into its mind, unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts.
So what you're saying is either way, he is now aware.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You also, as you probe deeper, you know that he's worried about the correctors and crossing them. And when he thinks the word correctors, you see in your mind's eye the three individuals from earlier. You don't quite have a memory of who those are, but you do know.
I got their faces.
People. You actually don't.
No, I just have.
You don't. Because as he's thinking of them,
3 figures.
You see just 3 plain, blank, white-faced creatures. And as you do that, he sort of blinks and his eyes lock with you. I would like you, Tahu, to... Let me see. I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Again with the mediocre rolls today.
And his DC... You just managed to resist something very similar happening to you.
Oh my.
Keith's eyes narrow a little, and he's just very calmly takes a long draw on the cigar. It's not very nice when people do that, is it?
I'll speak this time.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You do register a bit of surprise on his face. You are full of surprises, Mr. Tahu.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I want to help.
Give me a persuasion check, if you'd be so kind. Because he's a little on guard now.
Understandable.
Okay, let's give an insight. Well, that was a nat 20. Okay. Let's just say the world's a bit more complicated than you'd think.
I'm sure.
The people that you probably don't remember are part of a community that I'm a member of. And they need to make sure that this place is up and running. If this place isn't busy and full of people, we can't do what we need to do.
Change the business or what you're running in the other half then, if it's not working.
I mean, that's not a terrible idea, but it all comes down to money.
Rent it out. There's ways you can fix it. I can help.
How?
I'm like bird with a bunch of brains.
All right, then. You tell me how I can raise 60,000 gold pieces in the next 3 days.
Alright then.
If you
Play one of Icy's campaigns.
I mean, you know what?
Ooh.
I don't know if that's a shot or anything, but it's like, I mean,
It's not a shot.
It's-
I like having loads of money.
me too. It's like, unfortunately, I'm a stingy bastard.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Raise how much?
60,000. To be fair, I've got one or two
In 3 days.
potentials lined up. I've been trying to court with a few of the more influential people in the area, but, you know, they need other people to back them. And it's like, if one person's not going to start, then no one else is going to follow.
Right. Well, as you know, I can always speak to the Assassin's Guild. I'm sure we could use a place that has relatively incoming enough information.
I was serious about that. We are still happy to provide that service.
I'm sure I could speak to my uppers and recommend it.
I'd appreciate that. Tell me, Tahu, do you ever go down a street or enter a room and then forget what you were doing? You ever get
Not until today.
Memory's a fickle thing. So you might not remember all of this conversation.
Right.
So, if I can be completely frank with you, I'd recommend that you do forget some of the things you've seen today. Now, I want your help. I'd appreciate your help. It will be appreciated. But for your safety, you don't want to poke into things you don't understand. Eventually, he puts the cigar out and straightens himself up. Thank you for the conversation, though.
No problem.
I'm assuming you don't want people to know about your little gift?
I let people know as I need.
I respect that.
New
As do
thing
I.
as of recently.
Do you mind explaining how, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, as you've trusted me with information, I will trust you. I somehow got in communication with a lich, I would say. Woke up next morning with these powers.
So I'm assuming this is a lich that Sir Icrius is trying to deal with.
Yes, the very same.
And how has this lich given you these powers?
That I'm still gonna try to figure out.
This will remain between us. You got my word on that. But
Thank you.
I would like a conversation at some point about this in more detail.
I'll fill you in. We'll keep in touch.
Good man. Shakes your hand, and Keith is going to head back down to the bar. And oh my gosh, okay, I zoomed back out. I hate you all.
And you only have yourself to blame.
I can't see half the shit that you guys probably wrote.
You could have stopped this, Dennis, but you enabled it.
This is what happens.
Is there more
This
drawing?
is
I
what
want to see all
happens
the
when you have
drawings.
a bunch of kids. This is what happens when you have a bunch of kids from
Is it all
crayons.
right here?
Yeah, this is it. Revenge! You're gonna
Asha
cry.
has been holding that laugh in for ages.
You freaking nerd.
Jurnis losing her shit over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna percept the dead corpse in the body or in drawings, wondering what's going on over here.
It looks like a bunch of kids have vandalized, the upper lobby.
See
know.
him in the
Time
corner,
to do the time,
signature
potato.
cloak.
I tell the housemaid, but I do nothing else. Of the
Okay.
vigilance.
Oh god.
Okay. Oh no, don't be. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Jurnis, are you gonna be okay?
That's not me, it's Asha.
Yeah, that's my beautiful wife.
I'm so sorry, Jurnis. I just didn't mean to mix you up.
To be fair, there have been multiple times where I have just lost my shit and haven't been able to stop laughing, so...
I thought it was you.
So, who would like to go next? Are we going with Seethe and her heist? Are we going with Ang and the Temple? The girls' day out? Or
There's nothing really needed for Graz and Jurnis. They're just basically going to get her some new armor, and then Jurnis is going to cut her and style her hair herself back in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, and Skullface is just going to do what I said you to do.
Okay. Alright then, so, Ang and Seethe, would you both like to roll me a d20? And we're going to decide which scene we're going with next.
Alright.
Seems reasonable.
No, I think it's going to be Seethe unless she somehow rolls a 1.
It's a possibility. Okay. So, Cindy, let's bring us up to the city a moment. Okay.
Oh
So-
boy, this is gonna end in tears. I just know it.
This is going to be chaotic. I have absolutely nothing prepared. This is going to be wonderful. So,
Theatre of the mind!
exactly.
So sorry, so sorry, Devillo.
Honey, it's all good. I love this. This is great. I was genuinely panicking because I had so much planned for some other characters, and it's like you guys. I seriously, Tahu and Seethe. I was worried that I wouldn't have anything fun for you guys, and I'm just like, mwah, I love you both.
I worked it in.
It is appreciated so much. But anyway, so Seethe, you're making your way down the main road of one of the more well-to-do districts. There's a couple of businesses around here that might be of use. Give me an investigation check, if you would be so kind.
I will most certainly do that. But first, what time of day is it?
As you can see on the clock, I would actually say, let's advance it a good 30 minutes. We're close to, let's just make it 4 o'clock on the dot. You see on the little calendar thing? I don't know where it is on your screen.
Oh, I see it in the top left corner.
Yeah. So it
Okay,
is 4.
Is it dark at this time of year?
That's a fair question. It is getting close to the end of the year. The month of remembrance is the 11th, the 10th month of the year. So yeah, it is starting to get a little bit dark. Daylight savings time has gone into effect, so it is darker than it would have been last month.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you wanted me to roll an investigation, yeah?
Yes, please, my dear. And 11. Okay. Looking around, you spend, I would say, an extra, let's call it an extra half hour, trying to find a suitable target. It takes a while, but you eventually do find a small corner shop. It's actually a sort of like a haberdasher's. They have like all hats and various accoutrements for the wealthy elite, cravats and little bits and pieces for the wealthy gentleman and lady. It is fairly quiet at the moment. Not that many people around, despite the fact that it is getting close to rush hour for people to be heading home for the day. What are your intentions? Do you intend to go around through the front door to case the joint out, or are you interested in? Are you watching it from across the street for a while, trying to gauge what you can about it, or are you going straight round the back?
I think I'll observe
Okay.
before entering. I'll just make it look like I'm loitering as if I'm waiting to meet someone.
Sure thing. Give me a performance check, please, my dear.
Okay.
No, there you go. I would say a good 15 minutes or so pass. You can tell the various comings and goings from this establishment. There are not that many people, going to this place. It does seem to be a more out of the way shop. It's a very specific niche business. They're not the kind of place that make their trade through continual custom, but the occasional single customer paying, very large amounts of money. You notice an older elven gentleman in a very fine tailored waistcoat, small pencil thin moustache, and graying hair is managing the shop. Whereas in the back room there's a dwarven woman in her mid to late 50s who is doing most of the stocking. Yeah, basically the one who's actually doing all the lifting and carrying, whereas he acts as the presentation of the establishment. You would have picked up with the investigation and the time that you've spent as well that there is several instances where both of them are in the front dealing with a customer or a particular issue that the woman doing most of the heavy lifting requires assistance. Basically, he is a micromanager and he is overlooking pretty much everything that she does with a very fine eye, meaning that there are several instances where the back section of the shop is completely unattended.
Question.
Yes.
Does Seethe know whether the rest of the group is done for today and will be going? We'll be heading towards what was it? We'll be heading after the Lich tonight or tomorrow.
We didn't discuss that.
Give me.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I'm half tempted to ask for an intelligence roll just for the fun of it, but for context, you guys, you basically got up very early in the morning and fought an army of rat folk, and it's basically you were absolutely wrecked and exhausted by 2 in the afternoon. So this
it
is
make sense to go straight back out then.
Yeah, although you do know that Beaks is a little bit keen to head on down there. You do remember that one of the Veral elders, Reap's mom, she was saying that they're going to help out in any way they can. They just need a little bit of time to prepare. So it's unlikely you're going down into the Black Abyss tonight. You hope.
Alright. Is there any indication when this? Is there any indication when this place will be closing up?
Yes, I would say so. You do see the opening times on the front of the door, and it does look to be closing at 5 o'clock. Very soon indeed.
Do they live in store, the owners?
With your 11 investigation, I would say you do see.
Well, if I don't see them leave, I can probably deduce they live in store.
There does seem to be extra storage, maybe a side apartment above the building. Whether or not that belongs to them, you are unsure. You could stay around a little longer and find out.
Okay, here's what I want to
do.
I want to sneak in out back and find a place to hide until they close up. I want to get as much silver as possible.
Okay. Please give me a stealth check as you are slipping through the side streets.
Now's not the time to fail.
At 10. Okay. You do make your way into the side streets. There are people around. They're not looking at you, but every now and then, this is an expensive area, so they can afford city guards. There is a guard at the other end of the alley. They are not looking at you yet, but there is at least one member of the city guard nearby. If you intend to continue, I would like a sleight of hand with your lockpicking tools to unlock the door.
You know what? I'm going to wait to see if they leave. If they turn about, I'm going to have my hands around the hem of her trousers.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are to turn to face her, I'll make it look like I've gone round back to take a,
Okay. Okay. We don't really have a luck roll in D&D, so you know what? Give me
perception.
Yeah. Give me roll. Just give me a D20 roll. Depending on a 1 to 10, they are not going to go anywhere, and they might even turn to look at you. On a 11 to 20, they move on. So straight D20 roll. Oh dear. No dear, oh dear. So they do make to head off, but eventually they do check their notes. They probably have a list of places they need to check on as they're closing. Then they turn around, and this dwarven gentleman is heading straight towards you.
She moves. She moves behind a barrel or something and moves to make it appear as though she's about to relieve herself.
Ma'am, sorry. Look, this is a respectable area. I don't mean to be rude, but do you really need to do that here? I don't know what.
I'm sorry. I've been holding it in all day, and I can't find anywhere to relieve myself.
Advantage.
Just say you're pregnant.
I mean, there's nowhere here I can go. And
can I get a deception with advantage, please? Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, okay, just be sure to wash your hands when you get home. And he just heads off.
Whew.
Okay.
That was close.
It was. Speaking of, you only have a couple of minutes left before this business is shut down, so the window of opportunity is narrow. Do you wish to proceed?
I shall proceed to. Well, before picking the lock, I'm going to check the door because they're still open, aren't they?
They are.
But I'm going to do it carefully in case someone's out back already. So, stealth.
Okay, stealth. I would say advantage. Okay, yeah. You're able to open the door slowly enough so that it's not creaking. You do see the back of this older dwarven woman. She's muttering to herself as you're slinking into the room. As you look around briefly, you see several large containers off to the side, cupboards, storage boxes. With a 20, you have just a few seconds as you slink into one of the larger boxes, like a chest, and you slowly lower the lid above you as she is turning into your direction. Over the next minute or so, you hear the elven gentleman step into the room. Well, I'm off home for the evening. Do be sure to clean up. I want this place looking much better tomorrow. We hardly had any customers today. There's no excuse for shoddy workmanship. What? And as he leaves, I would say, Seethe, do you speak Dwarven?
No. Goblin there.
Okay. I would say that you don't know exactly what the words mean, but you feel confident enough that you've learned some really interesting Dwarven swear words.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, after, I would say, about 5 minutes, you hear locks being set as this worker continues her duties, cleaning up the establishment for the evening. Most of the business seems to have been done. She's just finishing off her downstocking and this, that, and the other. I'd say about another 10 minutes or so. Let's call it 15. You hear her sigh to herself, and you hear the door click open and then lock behind her as she leaves for the evening, leaving you alone in the store.
All right, get this hunt for silver on.
Okay. Oh, by the way, there we go. That's where the button was. Anyway, give me another investigation check, please, my dear. 12. Okay. I would like you to give me roll. Let's call it with a 12. Give me 4d6.
4d6.
Yes, please. Okay. Oh, that was 1d6 plus 4, my dear.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's all good. So basically, if you just tap the d6 4 times, and then you hit the roll button.
I see.
15. Okay. I would say you... Now, here's a question, because the DM was not quite prepared for this. In regards to the purposes of Skullface's plan for holy ammunition, what is the measurement of silver that you would need in order
20.
to create?
I mean, if we're working by ceremony rules, it has to be at least 25 golds worth of silver. That's the only measurement the spell provides.
Okay.
And
Well, Seethe didn't really know the exact quantity. She was just trying to get as much as she could.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, this is just so I know that I'm giving you the right amount, but I would say you...
I've just checked the caliber of pistol that Letitia and Hazel are. Each bullet would require 15 grams of silver.
15 grams. Is there a monetary value to that?
1 second. Cost.
It won't matter either way, because Sir Ix will need 25 GP of silver to just make the magic happen at all.
15 grams of silver is really hard to find.
It is. Okay, so the DM is willing to fudge a little on how much you need, but I would say you have, for the moment, 150 gold pieces worth of silver.
That'd be more than enough.
Yes. This was a very nice shop, and I would also say, let me just see, you also pick up... Let me see. Yeah, Seethe, my darling, my dear, my sweet. Would you please...
My darling sweetheart.
Yes. Would you please roll me a D100?
Okay.
The warding rune explodes under your feet.
It would cost around about $11 for 15 grams of silver. So I'd probably say about 1 silver coin's worth.
Okay.
To make it.
You have 150 of that then.
Good.
You have a good chunk of silver.
Trust me, we're gonna need all that silver for more than just your holy bullets. Because paladin spells are costly, especially the ones that we're really gonna need, like protection from evil and good.
I would say as you're looking around, Seethe, you also notice a very unusual looking stone that is set into a small display behind one of the one of the counters. It looks like it's a personal item for the maitre d'. It appears to have left it behind. It's got an oddly pearlescent greenish blue look to it. You've probably never seen anything like this before, but it's set in a small silver framework, a fairly elaborate looking cage, and it's linked with a chain, almost like it's a pendant. Do you wish to take this also?
Seethe CD ponders for a second. It decides against it because this is clearly a personal item and not just inventory. So she is going to decide not to take that.
Very well. Is there anything you wish to do before making your exit?
Leave a box of chocolates.
No, is there a broom anywhere?
There is, yes. As you were heading in through the back, you noticed that the dwarven woman was, using various cleaning supplies and everything that had been kept in that small section at the back of the store. And as you exited your little hiding spot, the broom was up against the door.
Okay. Because I'm thinking CD is going to exit around the back after successfully lockpicking. It would need lockpicking, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Well,
she's going to... If there's any guards out there, she'll try to convince them I'm a cleaner and I'm locking up for the night.
Okay. I would say, given the way the door is designed, normally you would need to lockpick something from the other side. There is a basic latch on this door, so you would actually be able to unlock it from this side. You would not be able to relock it, however. You would need a key for that. So you could basically just leave and leave it unlocked.
You know what? I want to cover my tracks, so I will try to lockpick it locked again.
Okay.
Does lockpicking work that way?
I mean, it
Not gonna lie, no.
Yeah,
I guess older style locks, yes, if it's just a bit of a turn.
If it's an old bar lock, then technically yes.
I'd say the Guild would probably teach you it.
It's pretty much if it's an old bar key lock, it's exactly the same as picking it.
Just in reverse.
You're just rotating the tumblers.
In
fact, it would be easier because all you need to do is get the first tumbler locked.
Then in that case,
that should be relatively easy to lockpick then.
Sure, I would say lockpicking with your proficiency bonus with advantage.
Nice. Is it sleight of hand or?
Yes, it is. It is classed as sleight of hand, and you add your proficiency bonus with math because you're using your lockpicking tools.
Okay.
Yeah. So I assume at your level it'd be like a +4. So yeah, you're fine. You're able to click it into place, and no one will even know you were there until they notice 150 gold pieces worth of silver that's gone missing. The perfect.
They don't notice.
They're gonna notice. That poor woman's gonna pay for it.
So, moving on to Ang. Let me just.
I didn't steal her necklace though.
Now, to be fair,
I only stole inventory.
To be fair, that wasn't hers. That looked like a very expensive item that would have been outside of her particular budget. So you would assume that belonged to the maitre d' dude, the elven gentleman.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
No, so you did not steal that. Okay. Didn't steal the obviously mysterious item. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I'll get you another way. Don't you worry. Okay, so we are now.
We know it was cursed.
It was something, but now you're.
Cursed? You mean given magical superpowers?
I mean, yeah. Oh, again, it's not like I've already been able to ensnare one of you poor fools.
Good thieves don't steal obviously cursed objects.
Speaking of sidebar Jurnis, but how's that further power treating you?
I forgot I had it and haven't used it.
Meanwhile,
I've literally had it from the start of the game and I have never used it.
Use what?
It's a magical item I have that can restore spell slots.
Oh. Sounds handy.
And you've just been sitting on that.
I forgot I had it. I have a few other one-use magical items. Oh, delightfully tasteful censorship there, Dennis.
I love it.
I added this background image, and then just as we were about to go live, I was like, oh wait, Twitch, meh.
Yes, I see the POS there.
Like, even the painting is like, really?
Oh yeah, all the POS there.
It could be worse. The last time I had to censor something, I used Joe Kukin's face. And one time I used the Chuckle Brothers.
Oh my lord. Oh.
That's a good way to put someone off. It's a good way to put someone off.
I can hear that now. Oh my! I know the Americans and everything. I have no idea what we're talking about, but everyone from like the UK and all that, I heard that in my head. So
To me, to you.
With the Chuckle Brothers covering the interesting bits.
Let's move on.
You Americans don't know what you're missing out.
You sweet summer children. Okay.
Okay.
Dear.
Okay. I would say that the DM actually does need a little moment. The DM does need to use the restroom real fast, so feel free to continue your little Chuckle Brothers impersonations. I shall be right back.
It's a pity Barry passed away recently. Well, I say recently, it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So now it's just to me.
No!
To me.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. There was actually 4 brothers, but with 2 separate double acts. There's Paul and Barry, the 2, and the no slacking guy, and the eldest brother were a different act as well, and they kind of worked together in the Chuckle Vision. But Paul and Barry with their own separate act.
Alright, Chi, if you want to abandon your responsibility of looking cute on the stream, fine.
You know, while we have a moment, I would like to apologize for my crabbiness during the pre-stream and at the beginning of the stream. I am really tired, and I really wanted to get those spells working before we got going. So it was a mad rush.
That's all good. I understand.
Thank you.
I had to drive my dear darling husband down to Belfast today to get him his first round of vaccinations.
Hope it went okay.
Yeah, we went down, we walked around Belfast for a bit, got an awesome pizza from Pizza Punk.
Ooh, nice.
Not familiar with that one, but very tasty.
It's a local place where they make pizzas on demand, with your own custom toppings. They don't have a set menu. They have, here's the toppings we have, and I was like, I want this, and this.
Apparently they also have mac and cheese, if I remember correctly.
And it is delicious, however, it kills me.
Oh, good. We've got We've got a Papa John's opening up round here soon.
Oh, they give you that really disgusting cheese stuff with every single order you have. And they call it they call it the garlic dip, and it's just, that is not garlic dip. It tastes disgusting.
I won't mind, but there's a place called Food Fair down the road. It's pretty decent pizza. It's just much better.
Moving back. Yeah, I apologize. Moving back to the topic in hand. So, we find ourselves at the Golden Cat, the temple, quote unquote, where Sir Icrius operates.
I think you mean Ang.
Ang.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm sorry, did Icarus convert while we weren't paying attention? Did Birdie Boy get laid?
No!
We're very
tasteful.
We're very persuasive.
Yes, you are.
Shock horror is Skullface's sisters.
Don't give me ideas. In fact, too late. Okay. So,
The seed has been planted.
it has.
Against your will.
It will be.
Anyway,
My God. I will never have a safe for under 18 stream.
No.
why would you want one?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we're in the freaking piano bar. It doubles as a temple.
Why is there a pair of keys here that I can highlight?
Those
There
are
you
the
go.
keys to my heart.
Yeah, and now they're gone forever.
Because Dennis doesn't have a heart.
Oh, sweetie. So, yes, Ang, you make your way back to the temple. Is there anything in particular that you're planning to do? Are you touching base with Ruby, the halfling matron? Were you double-checking to see how things were going with Gale and her training? Were you just looking to do a little, shall we say, extra work for the temple?
Why not all the above?
Okay. You head inside. You do notice, actually, there's quite a bit of activity. A lot more than you would expect. In the corner, there's a large number of people seem to be gathered around one of the private booths. As you come in, Ruby, the older halfling woman, sort of hurries up to you. Oh, that's hang. Okay, right. Okay. Oh, shit. Right. Okay. So, I'm glad you're here. First of all, I believe we've got someone that you know. Your particular branch. The monastery you're from in the mountains. I think we've got someone from one of your places. He's come to visit. He's brought someone, and I would like you very much to be incredibly polite and be your best self to her, because I am trying to not have a panic attack at the moment.
Well, if they're from my monastery, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But as always, I will be professional.
Okay. Just yeah, they're just over there. So just off to the side of this large gathering, you see an older-looking Tabaxi gentleman enjoying a drink and chatting with a half-elven gentleman. The half-elf seems to be busy respectfully ignoring him and trying to keep an eye on what's going on in the private booth. Would you like... Say again?
Continue.
Would you like to describe your former tutor?
Yes. You see, Ang's face kind of, a little bit of an annoyance in his face as he looks and sees. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. As he sees his old master, a older Tabaxi gentleman, kind of, really sure how to describe it. He's kind of like Yoda-ish in a way. He's very unassuming. Let me put this in the player chat. I still put it in Dice&Dolts.
Picturing Yum Yum from Kibo.
He's
I'm just picturing the cat version of Master Roshi.
Hi, kind of. He's got that kind of grumpy face. He's got his cane to the side as he's holding the drink in his hand, and he's got it like it's not just like a typical wine glass. He's got it like full to the top, and it's like at least the size of like a softball diameter.
Yeah, he likes drink.
Like a brandy glass sort of size.
More or less.
Yes.
A little bigger. Nang just goes, I wanted to see him, but, alright. Aang heads on over, stops in front of him, gives him a bow. Good evening, Master. Pleasure seeing you here.
Oh, lovely to... Oh, I'm glad you're finally here. I've been busy chatting to this handsome young fellow. I've been accompanying the lady, who he points generally in the direction of the large group. Needed to provide a little bit of accompaniment for a very, very honoured guest. Would you mind giving us a moment, my fine young friend? You see the half-elf visibly relieved excuse himself. Yes. He plays hard to get, but I'll have him eventually, yes. Charming. Anyway, yes. So, Ang, yes, I've heard you've been very busy. With work in the city, is that correct?
Oh, yes, dealing with various numbers of things.
Well, yes, I do hope that you've remembered to, keep the tenets of our faith and everything, close to your chest, trying to, be the best example of dualism out there in the world, trying to turn the other cheek, preaching the path of non-violence, and, trying to, not kill anyone. He gives you there's a brief moment where he's just staring at you, and then he just bursts into a cackle. I can resist. I'm sorry. No. I know that's not what you really do. I've heard you've been very busy breaking jaws and, fighting the good fight for people who absolutely deserve it.
Yes, and I need a bit of coin along the way.
Yes, coin. Well, money certainly does make things easier for us, so that is appreciated. But yes, tell me all about your exploits, my dear friend.
He then proceeds to spend the next hour and a half, almost 2 hours, regaling his master with the exploits of his past adventures, leaving out certain details, of course.
Leaving out the fact that you basically were paid to murder the Fabriders.
That and the Lich.
Oh, the current situation with the Lich. You're not mentioning that at all?
Yeah.
Okay. He listens, very interested. On occasion, one of the barmaids is going to refill his glass. You do notice as well. Give me a... what's your passive perception? Please refresh my poor adult memory. Was it 15?
I believe it's 14.
A 14, okay. Fair enough. I would say, on occasion, you do notice that Gale is working as well. She's in a much nicer looking outfit than you've previously seen her in. Typical cocktail, basically like a Renaissance cocktail waitress, if that makes sense. This is a very luxury establishment. Everyone's in like a black and white, clothing. Though they do all have the little 3-point symbol of dualism on their lapels. But yeah, once you've finished, your master sort of purses his lips and puts his fingers together for a moment and regards you a little closer. So you mean to tell me you've not heard about the Lich, then?
Oh, you know. Yeah, then.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, kick a student's ass.
Dexterity saving throw.
Think he could pull a past one on his master.
What the fuck am I saving throws?
This is the great DBZ abridged Piccolo once told me.
Where are the saving throws?
The saving throws, if you click on your the number where it's like, say, dexterity or wisdom, when you click on the name or the number, that comes up with an option. Yeah, you go. You try to dodge, but he is a master for a reason, and you're gonna take let's call it 2 points of bludgeoning damage to your bonds. I'm sorry, so would you like to explain that again, my young friend?
We were to apologize for not saying anything, but I didn't know you knew, and we were trying not to start a panic.
Yes, I know. Well, this is kind of the reason I'm here, or rather, she is here. And he points again to the crowd in the corner. And I'm here as sort of, an envoy from the school, sort of the monastery, help with security for her. Apparently, her husband was involved in this situation, and not everybody has... Yes, Jurnis?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wondered... I thought that was your noise. Never mind. But anyway...
I'm getting accused of all sorts this week.
You are! I know, we've not even got to you yet. But anyway... Yes. Yes, her husband apparently sent a message. Not everyone knows, of course, but she's currently putting together...
No, I know who it is.
There you go. There she is. Yes, her husband's putting together a little group to deal with this problem, and she asked me, and of course, I naturally obliged. High priestess and all that. As you're talking, Ang, you look over to the group and you recognize, not from personal experience, but you've seen paintings and pictures and statues of this woman. Tall, fair, elven-looking woman with almost platinum blonde white hair. Long flowing white robes and 2 large, beautiful white wings. This is Lady Eliath Talofi, a woman who is considered the high priestess of... Yes, Aja. The high priestess of dualism, your religion.
Thing just immediately starts sweating oh, not that bad, huh?
Yes, well, again, the only reason she's here is because one of her husbands was involved, some sort of scientist or something. Sounds very similar to me, apparently. I don't know, never met the fellow.
He's just kind of like sweating bullets and like, oh shit, nervous panic.
Calm down! Give me another dexterity saving throw, please. Calm down! Yeah, I would say you actually managed to dodge this one. But yeah, he does basically, grab you by the robe and sort of like, shake you a little. Calm down, no need for all that. We just need to, well, obviously the lady herself is not going down or anything. She just wants to, fund whatever exploits are going on, deal with this problem. And she takes her husband's very seriously, so when somebody interferes with them, then of course she gets involved. Just so you know, she is a little highly strung, and I would appreciate it if you were to be polite as you can. I mean, it's not like she is the face of our entire religion. That was a joke. No, seriously, on your best behavior, young man. All right.
Of course, Master. Why would I do anything to upset the High Priestess?
Good luck. And he shoves you into the middle of the group.
Make for flavor. I'll make a dexterity save.
Please. Oh dear.
Oh yeah, he's stumbling.
Yeah, you, I would say with an 8, you all but stumble straight into Lady Tabaxi herself. She sort of like blinks, looks you up and down, and with a polite nod, may I help you? I'm afraid you see I'm a little full up of a gentleman so far. You see that basically everybody in this group are all like various attractive, by and large, handsome young men. One or two women. Everyone just sort of like, hanging on her every word. You see the half-elven gentleman standing behind her, look a little bit irritated, gives you a look of suspicion.
I'll say before she says that, he's stumbling forward and like stops right forward and immediately snaps straight up.
Mm-hmm.
To attention.
Okay.
And then he bows to her, like, forgive me, my lady. I heard that you were here to deal with the problem. He's trying to say without giving too much away to the surrounding people.
Mm-hmm. She nods. Ah, yes, you're the person involved on the ground floor. Yes, I understand. Please, thank you, everyone. I'm feeling very tired right now. I might entertain later, but in the meantime, please enjoy the rest of the temple. The facilities are at your disposal. Thank you. And she'll politely wave everyone off. Some of them do leave. A good chunk of them do seem to want to stay. The half-elven gentleman just behind us sort of like narrows his eyes, and you slowly see one of his two short swords being drawn slightly, and everyone else leaves you alone. Thank you, Ranmus. If you would keep an eye on the booth so we're not disturbed. Yes, my lady. Half-elven gentleman steps to the side and allows you both a small measure of privacy. So.
Aang is going to keep standing until he's told otherwise.
Lady Eliath reclines on this velvet. Basically, it's sort of like a most of the booths in here. They're sort of like almost like a plush leather sort of material, like the color, like there's lots of plums and peaches, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
The white robe just very casually draped over as she crosses her long legs and glances at you. You may sit if you wish. Although you do make quite a lovely decoration. Please, join me and let's have a conversation. What's your name, by the way, young man?
My name is Aang, my lady.
Hmm. And how long have you been a member of dualism?
Oh. Longer than I can remember.
Hmm. Do you know what I like the most about our faith?
What's that, my lady?
We focused on what really matters. Life, people, living in the moment, enjoying every single thing we can. Do you know what I hate the most?
I do not.
The undead.
That is
So when I hear that there is an undead whore running around, ruining my husband's livelihood, well, you can imagine. That makes me very upset. As she's talking, by the way, this really beautiful, insanely beautiful elven woman, like, again, and to give you a little bit of context for the world, the fact that this is an elven woman with wings, that is not something you see every day. You do know that Averial, they are a type of elf. They are incredibly rare. And you do know that Lady Tuofi is, one of them and all that. So you know of her existence. So it's not so much of a surprise, but actually being in the presence of one, it's an experience in and of itself. So when you see this really calm, laconic, passive woman start to get angry, you see her eyes darken to solid black. The candles start to flicker around her, and you see this slight veneer of barely suppressed rage. So, what can you tell me about this chemise?
Well, my lady, and he begins to recount everything he knows thus far about Chemise and the Lich, and everything that's happened since he met her.
Interesting. Well, it looks like she played you all for fools. I really wish that you had been able to notice sooner that she was up to no good, but at least you are on the way to dealing with her. I want you to know something, Mr. Ang. I am here to ensure... I know he did. I'm so sorry, Kubur. I want you to know that I'm here to provide full support in any way I can. Rest assured that you have the full support of the entire faith behind you. Whatever resource you need, it is yours for asking.
Can I describe his companions to her at all?
I would say he probably did, yes.
Fair enough.
I would say he did.
Probably say at least the Barris description, like, oh, I have a goblin named Skullface, a tiefling named Jurnis, stuff like that.
Yeah, give me a basic. I would say, Anne, give me a quick perception check while you're talking.
Terrified goblin noises.
You do see a slight eyebrow arch and a slight smirk at the mention of Jurnis and Graz. You do also hear a sort of like an uncomfortable sound from the half-elf behind you. Well, that might be a conversation for later. I look forward to that. My wife just appeared around the corner and gave me the. I just look. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that might be a conversation for later. What I look forward to. But anyway.
Well, we all appreciate your willingness to assist us, my lady. We will not abuse said privilege, and will only use it when it's needed.
It's good to know. My husband is not very well man at the moment. I've never seen him so distressed. While I didn't think much of the, girl he was with and everything, Miss Smith, she saw to his needs as best she could, and, well, what happened to her was, I do not condone it. So, I would like your personal assurance that you make this undead whore suffer the most egregious way possible before destroying her utterly. Do I have your word, Sir Icrius? Oh, again, I'm so sorry. I'm so used.
He suddenly transmorphized into Sir Icarus.
I'm sorry.
Icarus is all at once not there and there altogether. He truly is a celestial being.
Do I have your word, my dear Ang?
My lady, I will do everything in my power to bring her to justice.
Oh no, I don't. I don't want justice. I want to make her suffer. I want to destroy her.
I can't wait for Icarus to actually meet this woman. They'd get along like a house on.
Funny you should say that. Now,
Oh my god.
I don't know if Jurnis has ever spoken about me before, but she ran into me a little while ago. I was busy on a tour minding my own business, and a bunch of ruffians decided to tie me up and capture me. It was fun. I went along with it for a little while. I was curious to see where it went. And bless her, so Miss Springsinger decided to come rescue me. She's friendly enough, and thanks to her I met my charming, faithful companion, Mr. Ranmus, over there. But, I sent her here to speak with my husband in order to help solve a problem that she had. Now, part of me wonders if this Chemise would have ever found out about my husband if it were not for that connection. Now, to be clear, I do not blame Jurnis in the slightest.
Oh my
I
god.
100% blame this undead whore for what she has done. At some point, I would like to have a little conversation with Miss Springsinger, though I do know that I think she feels intimidated by me. I know I'm a little bit. It is hard for people to handle the full experience, shall we say? She gives you a dazzling smile. Would you be interested in handling the full experience, Mr. Ang?
common soul like troll.
Oh god, Aja.
Don't do it!
Ranger danger.
Aang will look down for a moment and then look back up and say, "My lady, you honor me with your offer,
Yes, I do.
but I am not worthy of such an experience at this time.
Oh,
I still have years of training before I am worthy of such a gift."
well, I will say I appreciate your humility, and yes, a couple more years of training would definitely make you a specimen worthy of remembrance. But I will tell you this much. You bring back the head of this thing, and rest assured, I will give you 5 years worth of experience in one night that you will not forget. And that's a deal. She gets up to leave. Oh, one more thing. I believe you mentioned the Arrocakkra. He's a paladin of whatever that faith is, sepsis or something.
Yes, my lady.
Would you please tell him that I would like a conversation with him specifically? If you would be so kind, I would like Jurnis to not know I'm here for now. I know she gets a little intimidated by me, after all. I think that's kind of cute as well. Actually, that is a question. Her and her goblin friend, how are they together?
They are doing all right. They, at the end of our most recent adventure, they got rather dirty, so they went off for, lack of a better word, a spa day.
So sweet, so sweet. Oh, I'm glad she's finally found someone. Well, that's good
Because
to
you
know.
took my other one, bitch!
Yes, you fucking did. Yes, you fucking did. Okay. She offers a handout to you. I'm assuming you kiss it.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'll politely take her hand gently and give it a very quick, gentle kiss.
Oh, such a gentleman, such a gentleman. Well, come now, Vanmus, we must retire. I need to speak to my husband about some things. But yes, Mr. Ang, if you could do me a favor, ensure that while Jurnis and Graz do not know I'm here, would you please send a message to this Sir Icrius that I would like a private conversation with him? It is a matter of, let us say, faith.
Yes, my lady. I will deliver that message post-haste.
Good boy. She gives you, basically, she strokes the side of your cheek and kisses you on the forehead. Now off you go. And then she slaps your ass.
Aang gives a little jump, but politely bows to her and quickly sees himself away.
Okay.
Going back to his master before slumping into the seat beside him.
He hands you the biggest fucking tankard of strong alcohol you've ever had and has the biggest shit-eating grin on his face ever. I wish I was, I tell you, I wish I was interested in women because, oh, that woman. What a woman.
Now you better believe Aang downs that thing as fast as he can. And I'll make a con save. Because I am chugging it.
Okay, so I just got a message. So, Megan, do you want to explain?
So I texted Lacey and was like, hey, Elias just reappeared in Voarcel and everyone is trembling. I was like, you're mad woman, she has arrived. And then I told her about the whole lich thing, and she's like, what? And you didn't invite me? The audacity. But she's working, so she's joking.
Yeah.
She's like, but I'm glad for the chaos. Excellent. And she said, tell Dennis if my character doesn't seduce at least one person during her appearance, I'm revolting.
There we go. So, for those of you who never played in the first season of this game and all that, I think that was a fairly good representation of Elias. Would you agree to this? So,
it's like, Elliot, my dear, I respect you are very powerful, but please try to get out. Stop trying to get into my pants.
Oh, but honey, trust me, I'm a professional.
And your pants are a fun place to be.
To be fair, Jurnis was unconscious around her a lot.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I need an adult. I need several adults, and I am an adult.
So, like, if people keep literally talking about trying to get in your pants, the Kenku's literally going to literally inspect the pants.
So I would say, unless there's anything else, we're going to relocate to later on in the evening, and we're going to find ourselves convening. Would this be back at the tavern?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was Skullface doing while he was at home?
I sent you a wisp with what he was doing, so...
Please, was this on the...
thingy, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to...
Dennis was too busy role-playing Horny Queen Elf.
Yes, basically. Okay, that is... Sure. Okay, let me just double-check the rules on that, Skullface, because I actually do have some rules on crafting and the like. So bear with me a moment. If anyone wishes to process the horror, feel free.
So to give you context, why Jurnis says she was unconscious around her a lot. Jurnis and Graz got into a fight with the local mob, got pretty much demolished, but won the fight. And she was the Supreme Elf was the reason they're still alive. She nursed her and Graz back to health, then bought them the ticket onto the airship that ultimately brought them here. She also stole Jurnis's companion, Ramnus.
And I also asked Tony what would Ramnus do if he was hit on by a horny old Tabaxi gentleman. And he was like, very politely decline. Yeah.
Abandonment issues increase.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm sort of blanking on the rules at the moment for crafting that, so that might be something that we do off stream, if that's okay with you, Seethe.
Yeah. I could roll a dexterity.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's go with that. Let's go with that. A 10. Okay.
Would he have an advantage using his tools?
I would say you'd add your proficiency bonus, which is going to bump it to, I believe, at least a 14.
Yeah, that will happen.
Okay, yeah, so we'll call that a 14. This is not, like, the greatest creation you have ever made, because you have Letitia. However, you would say that this is one of your better pieces. You feel fairly proud of what you've made here.
Okay, he's going to slip it into a small envelope, put it in his pocket, and he's going to head down to the Tarrow. Okay,
then. In that case, we make our way back later on in the evening to the Tarrow Tavern. Where is the thing?
Bad when a craftsman peaks early.
Okay. we'll actually have a little bit of music in the tavern this time. So, you all now make your way back. Let me just reactivate Seethe. There she is.
I am activated.
Yes.
East.
I would say as well, let me just add a little more lighting because, fun fact, depending on the time of day, the lighting increases and decreases.
I'm learning
I know,
something new.
Yes. Oh, that's weird. It's actually getting a bit.
Just so you know, that happens in real life as well. It's not just limited to the game.
I was trying to make a similar joke, but I couldn't think of one.
Okay.
Couldn't beat me to it.
Okay. I see. I see how it is. I like that.
Icrius trips down the stairs.
Hopefully he has wings.
Not anymore.
Oh no.
Anyway, so I would say you guys, first of all, I would say, oh, by the way, you no longer would have your inspiration from earlier. At this point, I'm going to say everybody has the equivalent of a long rest.
Oh, neat.
See, I'm kind.
Brilliant.
I can be kind when I want to be.
Hey, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Most of the rest of my day, because I'm assuming what I did didn't take up a lot of time, would probably just been exploring this property.
Okay, well, the actual tavern itself.
Yeah, and the
Sure.
thing that it's attached to, the school, and like.
Okay. I would actually say, yeah. I would say, given the fact that Keith is actually showing you around. He would have. I'm actually going to grab Specky, and very briefly, we're going to go on a little tour.
I'll select Specky.
Spudnet.
Yeah. So, is everybody clicked on Specky so you can have a little tour? Okay.
Like, I can't see the place half the time because we can't go half the places.
Yeah. So basically, Keith, explains about the difference between the public section, which is the tavern business, and the other side, which is the ostensibly it's the bard school, which is kind of again I forgot about the. Let's just do it that way.
I see nothing.
I know. Let me get some more light because I didn't realize I was going to go in this section until.
Never get to the potato.
There is light. There is now light in many places. And let me put that there. Okay, so.
How do I see through Specky?
You click on Specky.
He's right there.
It did. Nothing happened.
Oh, if you just click him, then you should be able to look through his eyes. His many eyes. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm drawing instead. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
See, that's what happens.
Whoops. I gotta see Specky. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna drag everyone around very quickly. Did you click? Did you click?
Sorry, I have to move dog to see him, and then I was trying to put dog back, and it was like, haha, you can't see now, and I'm like, alright, cool.
I would actually say if you want, you click on dog, and dog can follow them around.
Okay, that sounds good.
I would bring dog everywhere.
Yeah.
Of course, I would be. We had that conversation in the Discord already of what dog potentially could be helping with.
Okay. So, now that everyone's together, basically Keith takes you on a brief tour. This section here is, it's basically a currently closed off. It is a fairly nice, luxurious private room with several, small, not so much beds, but they're, lounges, different reclining couches for wealthy customers. the idea behind that is they would usually, relax in here, enjoy some music, some maybe not quite legal substances. And he actually does lead you upstairs. Well, I will actually load upstairs in but one moment. Let me just preload that. But there is a small location upstairs where people can listen in to any quote-unquote private conversations that go on in that room. He also shows you part of the front of the Bard School, various classrooms, and this, that, and the other. So now on this side door here, he actually is going to lead you out into this area. This is the showroom, which again needs light because, oh my gosh, okay. So this here is the showroom, and this is where they usually have various performances of the different bards, the various performers, and so on that work for the tavern. Now, at the moment, they're not currently hiring, but as you go through, you do see this orcish woman, trying to audition. There's a halfling gentleman on the chair over here who's looking a little bit annoyed. He's not exactly into the performance. I would actually say, Tahu, give me a quick history check just for the sake of it. Yeah, no, you wouldn't recognize this woman.
Shit roll today.
Yeah, it is what it is. But Keith basically takes you back through here into the side area and up the stairs here. Boop, 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 boop. And once we have all loaded...
Handmaiden still hasn't cleaned it up, I see.
I know, yeah. Well, you see, one of them has just quit recently. Keith actually does say he's a little bit concerned about Gale, walking off. But yeah, and he basically heads around, I would say. So yeah, he basically shows off the upper area, in the different bedrooms. Yes?
I can't see anything with Specky.
I know, it's so bloody dark. Okay, tell you what, Specky, you are now... What's your vision? You now have 60 feet of vision.
Is Specky gonna go supernova?
I'm gonna see Specky.
Specky should be...
It's gonna become luminous.
Bear with me, please, because lighting. There we go.
Specky sees all.
It emits light.
Radiant Spud.
The Radiant Sword.
There are two Speckies on my screen.
Oh, please. There's only one entity here that emits radiance. Thank you very much.
I have one here.
What's up, bird boy? You speaking out of your ass again?
And here.
You joke, but he literally does.
I know.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. Don't you worry, Coops. We're going to get to that.
Oh.
The sun literally shines out of his ass.
So, again, very
this is the
briefly...
kind of quote-unquote friendship that Icky and Jurnis have, is where they just berate each other.
I love it.
But yeah, Tahu, Keith does lead you to this area here, which is locked. He opens it up, and you see in here it is the room is decorated different from everything else. It is, the walls are lined with padded leather. There are various. There's like these odd angles that look like they're designed to absorb sound. There are thick padded rugs covering the whole area, and you see various tubes coming up through the floor that branch out into various. Basically, it's almost like speaking tube, but in reverse, and you see various notes and paper strewn about. I would say as you glance over, you see that it looks like this is a listening room. So various sections of the tavern, people, someone in here would be able to listen in and make notes of what they hear. And that would be
I
the
moved the wrong
majority.
potato.
Say again, my dear?
I moved the wrong potato.
It's all
I thought
good.
he said I'm
Somebody
eating a raw potato.
I wish.
So that's essentially the information that you get. Track you back up here. So, was there anything else?
I'm assuming there's no upstairs, and that's why I have those markers.
That's a very good question. Would you please, as Keith is showing you around, give me a wisdom saving throw, Ang? Oh my gosh, dude! Today is a day. Would Tahu please give me a wisdom saving throw?
Well, I was walking past the stairs. Like, was there stairs there going up or no?
There are stairs going up.
Okay. I wouldn't ask them at the moment.
You would ask?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't ask. I would say, though, as you're going past the stairs and you look at them, would you please give me a wisdom saving throw?
Magic.
Yeah, those stairs aren't important.
As Sir Icarus, Tahu is Aang. This is Chemise trickery, to be sure.
So,
Dog, did you scratch up the floor?
Say that again?
Dog, did you scratch up the floor?
Yeah, what happened here?
And where am I? Where's my icon? Where did I go?
Over.
I think dog might have worms.
I'm not there. I can't select anything there. That's a
You're
potato.
here.
I can't.
Oh no, you're on the first floor. You're all on the ground floor. Well, now you've all gone upstairs.
Oh, there I am. I'm
There
over
you go.
here.
Yeah.
We go where the potato goes.
Apparently.
I do as the potato guides.
Smell your shot. Anyways, so I would say just as Keith is finishing the tour is when the rest of the party would arrive from their various little adventures.
Look, I'm telling you, Graz, your old armor was great, but this one, your ass looks amazing.
You know, I won't lie. This is the ass of Coswell Grim. You see Graz looking... Basically, she does a little bit of a twirl. The best way to describe it, because the DM didn't have time to finish any artwork, the best way to describe it is sort of like... Imagine the... if you've ever played Skyrim, sort of like the Thieves Guild armor. You know, it's like a little bit like that, but with a little more flair. There's almost like a slight piratey vibe to it. But it's definitely a lot of like a black and grey leather.
I think we lost Seth.
No.
I wondered who dropped.
Yep, Seth accidentally dropped from the chat. Might be a connection issue.
Probably.
No, just on it. Okay. We'll keep an eye on it.
Ang, you alright? You look flustered.
Your
Your tail's very poofy.
Oh, and she just like quickly smooths it out. It's nothing at the moment. I wouldn't worry.
At the moment.
I know that look.
I used to check thoughts on the kitty.
Yes. Okay. Are you prying, or were you just like doing the base surface?
I have to see what I get at the initial. I can probe after.
Fair enough. What is the most immediate thought in your mind, Ang?
The most immediate thought would be, oh my god, I finally met her. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Mm.
He sounds flustered about somebody.
Do you say that aloud, or is that just you thinking to yourself?
That was our.
No, it's probably just some ang.
Ah, fair enough.
Who get out of my head? And you see him like go into a meditative stance, try to block him out.
Alright, what I was going over there, that's a thing that's happening. Seethe, you look like the cat that got the cream. Pun very much intended.
Oh, yes, I managed to get the goods. And she just drops her satchel on the table.
I assume we
Hey.
don't want to know, do we? I assume we don't want to know, do we?
Unless you want the accessories.
Alright, not asking. Scully, you
Very
look like you still have all your fingers. I assume your crafting went well.
And it's back yet.
I was going to say he.
Damn it. Oh, and
Oh,
did anyone see where Sir Icrius went? Did he stay here? Did he?
I think. Did he not say he was going to have a lie down or something?
Oh,
He did
yes.
seem pretty worn out from all that business earlier at the place with the people.
That is true. I must have missed him saying that.
Yeah, Jurnis had already left.
Ah.
The only people around who heard Icarus retire were Tahu and Al. So.
I'm also the one who saw you also go back to your room as well.
Yes, you
For the
did.
most part.
So then I suppose we'd better have...
Wait. No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have remembered that.
Oh, yeah.
You remembered. Here's the thing. You did remember that Icarus went past you when you went upstairs. You just don't remember anything about the three people.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, shit, do I remember him walking past me?
Do I remember my own name?
Who am I? Where are you?
Who am I? Sorry.
Many days go by. Doodle. Anyway.
Well then.
So
here's the question.
Well, Seth,
Sorry, everyone. I just had some issues with the computer for some reason.
It's all good.
I need to log back in.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. So,
Yeah,
the question
this
is, now that we have the Viral on our side, do we still need to speak to the council, or are we relying on Reap and Margot to deal with that?
Well, I don't think we personally will have to. I mean, well, Council Icrius has got Lady Exceldor leading the charge on that.
And I suppose Arcanus is doing her part as well. So, are we just waiting for the go-ahead at this stage?
It seems like it. Maybe a little bit of downtime, get ourselves, prepared. I mean, at the moment, I guess it's up to us when we go down. I mean, I'm obviously not exactly keen on the idea, but...
I believe me, neither am I, but unfortunately it needs to be done. Well then, I suppose we wait until we get the charge call. In the meantime, we may as well take some time and gather our supplies.
Anybody want to help me gather 60k gold?
Wait, what?
What?
The bar's closing.
And they need 60 grand?
I'm good at procuring things.
Where could we possibly acquire that?
I'll shush Seethe. Shh.
Where could we even acquire that amount of money?
Well, we know a couple of people, to be fair.
Yeah, well, that is true.
We mug someone who is stinking rich.
Could put on a
That's
fat. We could
not-
put on a performance show. Dog's a magic dog. Be a good boy. Be maniac.
I love that idea. It would be absolutely adorable. But I don't think it's... No offense, pup. I don't think we'll be able to get 60 grand from that alone.
Yeah, well, that was just your one idea.
Why?
Yes, why don't we bake cookies while we're at it?
I mean, let's be fair. We don't. I think we're all overlooking the fact that we saw our dear friend there shoot vines from his mouth this morning. So I would not be surprised at the things that dog could do.
I don't see why I don't just talk to Miles.
Gold.
Well, we could
I
speak
don't see.
with Miss Forthbrider.
I mean,
That's true.
that'd be
And
an idea.
She was interested in expanding business into the city. And as far as we know, she is absolutely minted.
I mean, we know one or two people, but they're not in this city. Also, by the way, yes, sorry, Seethe, what were you saying?
I'm still trying to log back in.
Oh, into...
I'll just joining game now.
Not a problem, dude, not a problem.
Yeah. Skullface just goes, they don't try and get in touch with my old lot.
What, you mean like the cartels?
Yeah, I mean, pretty sure Margot wouldn't object to being able to expand our business up into the city.
I'm sure Matthias would also jump at that offer.
Yeah.
Do we really want the skin breakers up here? I think I trust Margot more.
Yeah,
that's what I was meaning.
No offense, Wex, but even then, I'm like, I don't know if they want the cartels to have a finger in this particular pie. I mean, they got money though, but I have a
we
feeling.
Can always call them a silent partnership. By the way, Wex is going to. Actually, I forget he said by the way, but he's going to try and slip the envelope to Jurnis without her noticing.
Into Jurnis? Okay.
Yeah, and I am having trouble loading this.
No problem.
For some reason.
Without who noticing? Oh, without Jurnis herself noticing. Okay.
I'll boop up your character sheet. Also, by the way, yes, Kubur, hi, yes, you are a part of this story and we love...
Hang on. I thought we were getting somewhere. So...
Okay. In the meantime, it's all good. I'm just going to hit dexterity for you.
So, I think it'd be sleight of hand.
Yes. That's going to be... Okay, that's a 22.
I'm loaded.
That's a 22. So, you definitely did that with no problems. So, Icrius, you've spent the better part of a day.
Yes.
Chilling and unwinding. Would you be planning on heading down at any point? Is there anything that you're doing through the day other than just...
I hope Sir Icrius comes down for dinner.
Believe me, I would have moved his token down, but I'm not where I am. My camera is on the ground floor, where Sir Icrius is on the second floor.
Yes. Not to worry, that is being taken care of. And 3, 2, 1. And suddenly, Sir Icrius appears on the stairs. No, he doesn't. Why did you not appear? Why did you...
He's ascending too fast.
Typical missing their cues. He'll never make it on the stage.
Oh, I have a colleague that needs to meet you.
I can't wait for that to come up. But yes, to provide some information, because he was up there for a long time. He did many things. A whole lot of prayer for one thing, a bit of praying for good fortune, fortitude of the spirit, aid in vanquishing my vile foes, etc., etc. and also a bit of preparation for the slightly tweaked version of ceremony that's going to have to be undertaken to bless hope bullets. Because normally it's only for water, but I think a bit of a nudge here and there in Celestial will get the desired result.
Mhm.
And then after all that, sleepy times, because holy shit, we basically fought a war today.
As you're sleeping, and this is a slight retcon to before you come down,
Sure.
you feel two hands on your shoulder massaging as you're trying to nod off. You have done well, Paladin of Sepsis.
God.
Oh boy. Can I respond or anything?
You absolutely may respond.
This isn't a familiar presence though, because I'm definitely not getting. It is.
It is. There is a slight wheezing to the voice, but you do tense up for half a second, and then you do recognize the presence of the Night Mother. As you see the room around you is. It's almost like, like in Silent Hill, where everything is the same but different. Instead of like rusted metal and blood, this is more damp, dripping, and cave-like. So you're in your room, but it's like everything's made of stone. It's like it's covered in a layer of melted salt. It's surreal.
I love it. I love it. Ah, Night Mother. I didn't expect another visitation so soon.
You spent all your time praying. Why would I not come?
Well, for two reasons. One, I've never really had answers before. And two, these prayers are to Sepsis, not to you, not meaning to offend at all.
No offense is taken. You are not mine. I do not have claim over you. I merely aid you. And as for why you have a response, unlike the others of my kind, I really believe in a hands-on approach. And again, you feel the more you think about it, and you're trying not to, whatever is massaging your shoulders, fingers shouldn't feel like that.
He's trying to keep his cool, but he can't help but tense up a little.
You're very stressed. Relax.
Easier said than done, all things considered. But I will heed your counsel. And I am appreciative of all the help you have offered. The direct approach is, well, it's refreshing.
Things are in motion. There is much to discuss, but my time is short.
Very well, then what must you discuss immediately?
What I wish to know is, what do you need? What is the most pressing thing you need?
Oh boy. So many ways to answer that question. To be frank, Night Mother, I need more light, more radiance. We're heading down into the darkest depths, and I know that is your realm, but me and my companions, we are not of that realm, and those that lurk in the dark, our quarry, Chemise, will use that against us.
That has been provided. She gently taps your shoulder. When the time comes, you will have what you need. But I mean, in this moment, in this place, physical, monetary,
Oh.
what base needs do you have to fulfill your purpose?
Well. As simple as it is, we could always use more silver.
A useful mineral. It is abundant in many places. It will be provided in time. Anything else?
Man, I'm really trying to think. And so is Sir Icrius. Like, he is. To be honest, I don't really know how to answer the question. As far as I'm aware, I've done all that I can to prepare. Aside from potions, perhaps. I can't think of anything else.
Do not feel pressure. For now, rest. There are things in motion. Your quarry lurks below. She will not go anywhere. I will ensure that. There are other things that you may attend to. It is your choice. Before you go into the dark, you need to know who you are traveling with. Keep your eyes open and trust in my emissary. And at that, your eyes open. And you are in your room.
You are naked. No.
You are not naked. Well, I mean, it depends how you sleep.
Oh, it's amazing how some things become clearer and yet things get foggier.
I would say this as well. As you sit up, you see a small hand-wrapped parcel in the middle of the bed.
That should have been whispered for some reason.
Okay. Icrius is going to open the package.
Okay. Inside are 4 tubes. They're almost like socks. You see little, not so much spikes, but like a little grips on them. And there is a small, hastily scribbled note with many bizarre ink splashings and crossings out. I'm assuming Icrius does not read Undercommon.
No, he doesn't.
Then the first few lines make no sense. However, they've been scratched out, and underneath, in Common, you see the words, "Hello, yes, I made a thing for the dog. It was a gift. Have fun. This is Gorth."
What in Abseps's name? How? What? Okay. So, divine visitation, and now gnomes? Okay. How the devil did he get it? Okay. No. I had a nice rest, I'm not ruining it.
For context, for those unaware, Glorth is actually one of the minions of Habine, the Night Mother.
Ah.
So she would have popped him in to drop that off.
It's also Creature's character.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Darn real life. Taking our creature from us.
Curse it, we hate so precious. So, and now the retcon is over. Icarus joins the group.
Oh, well, that was a nice rest. How are you all doing?
I'm doing fine.
I have to say, Seethe, Skullface seems to have a very high opinion of Graz and Jurnis' relationship.
That he does.
So,
that he does.
My question, did Graz... Because, again, the DM was busy with his own scene. Would you like to TLDR what just happened?
Basically, Skullface slipped Jurnis into Jurnis' pocket the little envelope from his workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Inside is a little ring made from silver wire and a ruby he used to put into his watches.
And he's whispered to Jurnis, you'll know when to use it, and nodded towards Graz.
So Graz is currently unaware. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Yeah, okay. So, does everybody bring each other up to speed on what has occurred?
More or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you a silver.
More or less.
Last for.
Oh, nice one, Seethe.
Is this enough? Just slides it over.
Skullface just takes a look in his bag of silver and he's like, bloody hell.
No one noticed a thing.
Oh, yes,
La
that should
la
be...
la, not listening, plausible deniability.
Say, I would be having a semi-awkward conversation with Sir Icrius.
Oh, yes.
See? Now
Like,
we're all accountable.
Icrius,
Yes.
Oh, this will do me for
I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, I'm all ears, Master Aang.
Well, you see, my employer, we'll put it that way, not the god, but my other employer, also has a vested interest in dealing with Lady Chemise.
Oh, that's just capital. Though I wouldn't go calling her a lady. I think whore is more appropriate.
Funny. You should say that. She would like to meet with you and have a bit of a chat.
Well, if she feels that way about Chemise, I'm very interested in meeting this woman. By all accounts, I'll do so.
I have to admit, I'm curious myself, Aang.
No, this is just for Sir Icrius.
Oh no, I don't mean I actually meet him. I directed into your gaff, so to speak.
Yes, I don't think we ever discussed what your faith was.
Is it sex?
What?
You see him hesitate. Well,
It's sex, isn't it?
Flustered,
Forgive me, High
you're
Priestess. Forgive me, High Priestess. I'm not good at lying.
right. Your tail is pooping
It's-
up again.
And I'll tell you what, Jurnis,
the tail's
Graz,
pooping
you
up again.
take.
No, I see, he was. Sorry, he was whispering.
I'll tell you what, Jurnis and Jurnis, Graz, you know where to take Seethe to drop the silver off. I'll go with Aang and Icarus.
Excuse me, what's this about the silver being dropped off?
Basically, we need to melt down the silver to make the bullets.
Well, hopefully you don't use it all up, because I'll need a substantial amount for the...
Don't worry.
yes.
I'm sure that will be allocated.
It's a bit late in the day for all that, isn't it?
Sorry.
I'd say it's a bit late in the day for that kind of shenanigans, isn't it?
Around about 9 o'clock in the evening at this point.
I
mean, I don't know what
allocated.
Arrested.
It won't take us too long to get this over with, so well, hopefully it won't.
Well, I suppose, but Skullface, you're going to have to stay by. Well,
I'll stay in the
further
corner.
back. Yeah, stay in the corner.
Oh, I see. Hush, very secret. Well, fair enough. I will let you deal with the religious side of things.
Question for the group. In regards to Tahu and what he's... So, Tahu, I'm assuming you kept the private conversation with Keith to yourself.
Yeah. I
But,
already told everybody that the bar was like, that this place is closing down.
yeah.
Oh
Air
no, we
quotes.
can't let that happen.
We effectively, it needs 60k gold in 3 days.
Ah. Well, I only have 1 platinum, 8 gold, and some silver to my name. That's a bit short.
Love that.
Yeah,
We need to
I'm
raise
just
money
about-
somehow.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
managed to
about
get
to
quite-
keep insolvent.
Well, wouldn't you folk at the August Sanctum be interested in this place? A lot of information comes in and out of a tavern, after all. I'm sure that would be of use to the, not Assassin's Guild.
Well, like I say, I can always put feelers out with Margot.
We can all talk to different people, see what they say.
I
Come
could
up with
probably
plans.
speak to Miss Forthrider. But as I say, I think that's a problem for another day. I don't know about you lot, but after our escapades this morning, I am absolutely shattered.
Well, I'm fine.
You look like you slept all afternoon.
I prayed and prepared the ceremony for the blessing of Skullface's bullets.
He took a nap.
Oh, and I had another divine visitation. Those are pretty common now.
If it's going to take me time to get the bullets made.
Or how long?
See now, probably say a full day.
Very well then. We'll all take the night to rest and relax. Tomorrow, Ang, you can take Sir Icrius to speak to your elusive master. And the rest of us will kill time until we hear back from the council. Or rather, I could send a message to Miss Forbright and see if she'll be interested in entering a business agreement with Keith.
That'd be a good idea.
Seriously though, I could do it in an hour.
Yes, my dear, we're impressed. Just to say, this is just the snarkiest little grin. It's just like.
So, given that Sir Icrius is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at nearly 9 o'clock in the evening, what do you plan on doing, Sir Icrius?
Oh no! I didn't expect that I'd be left for like the entire evening.
I didn't either. There is an open invitation to go to a piano bar, which is a 24-hour establishment.
Yes, I think I'll do that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do to keep the lady waiting up. Especially since we're of like minds. Certainly bloody refreshing after having you all dilly-dally regarding Chemise for so long.
Mind if I tag along? I mean, I gotta see this lady.
You've got 150. You've got a large amount of silver to deposit.
Oh yes. Where am I taking that? Sorry.
Discover just looks at Jurnis and growls.
Fine, I'll put off my sleep.
We have a bed there.
You know, Mustang, it must feel rather awkward for you having to invite me along privately, and now everyone's tagging along.
I'm not going with you. I'm going to Scully's place.
So yeah, for clarification, Jurnis, Seethe, and Skullface. I believe you guys are going to Skullface's home.
Skullface is going with Ang. Icrius.
Jurnis is leading Seethe to his workshop to drop off the silver.
I see. Okay. So, where's Tahu headed?
And
I don't know. I don't think I'm going anywhere at this moment.
When was the last time you reported into the professor?
Probably what I should do.
Okay. So I would assume you're going to hang around in the tavern then?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, because at least one member of the organization is keeping an eye on Jurnis, so
right.
That would make sense. Okay then. So I would
so
say,
loved.
yes. So I would say we head back to.
Hold on a second. Sorry.
Yes, I'm holding on.
I mean, you know, Icrius does have a package that needs to be distributed to a good boy.
Yes, he does.
I didn't forget about that. Oh, by the way, your friend Glorf delivered a package to me. I mean, it's intended for Fallon, but it was delivered with care.
Did you see him?
No, it was after my most recent divine visitation.
Well, that's just about what we'd. Yeah, that's kind of what we'd expect from that blueberry.
Well, at least he's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was a bit extra attached to the note that I couldn't read. I don't suppose it'd be of any use to you. And Icrius will pass along the note.
What was it written in again?
It was written in Undercommon. And to my knowledge, I don't think any of you speak Undercommon.
Does Jurnis have
Yes.
Sadly not. Grass doesn't either.
Shit!
Mm-hmm. Denied. Oh well. I would say this, just to let you know, it is basically he started writing the exact same note in Undercommon. That's like, oh wait, no. Because none of you speak that. So.
Hey, Tiberius. Fallon, rather. There's a package here for you.
Oh, I must say though, if Glorf was in your bedroom, check your bed.
Oh god, yeah, make sure you check everything.
And if you see mice wearing parachutes, don't worry about it.
You just don't question it. Do not question it.
Oh.
So, Icrius, as he's crouching down, so I open the package for Dog, and Jurnis and Skullface are just saying this. He's just looking at them blankly, then to Dog, then back to them for a few moments, then back to Dog. We travel with some strange folk, don't we, Tiberius?
What's in agreement?
Right then, let's see what Glorf has made for you. And he opens up the package.
Jurnis kind of like half flinches under the table as he opens the package.
Yeah, Skullface is visibly kind of slinking down.
I'm ready. I want to see what the good boy's getting.
Okay.
Yeah, but Jurnis is familiar with Glorf's inventions.
Yes. So, Fallon, I would say your player would know what these are. They are four little socks that seem to be designed for dog-sized feet.
Dog booties.
Oh no, these are adorable.
Yeah, those are adorable.
Would you like to describe how they look?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Let's see. How will they look? They look like little dog-style medieval booties, and they're made of. I think we should say they're like made of leather, and then they like lace up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're cute as fuck.
They are cute as fuck. I adore little booties, so this touches a very special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Oh, and on the bottom, they're pop head shaped soles.
My soul, my heart.
So the best part as well is when you take a step back and you see Dog wearing these little medieval style booties with a sword on his back. All he needs now is a little hat, and he's got the whole Puss in Boots vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now we have to put these handsome boots on you, don't we, Tiberius? Give me a pause, boy.
Like, awkwardly, his back legs are like kicking out a little bit, like trying to get used to him.
Everyone, the very serious Paladin of Asepsis, Icarus the Phoenix. Jurnis just whispers this as Icarus is just putting these little booties on the dog with a little grin on his face.
I won't lie, I'm still a cat person, but that is adorable.
I am half tempted to get one of my spare rats.
Dress me!
Oh, sorry, did you say spare rat?
No, hat.
Oh, right, fair enough.
I was going to say, I heard rat.
Spare rat.
Everybody gets to play dress up with their characters. I gotta play dress up with my dog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So you now have your little bullies, and you know what they do.
Oh, I do, okay. I wasn't sure if he just like automatically knew what they would do.
The player, and I would say Dog has an innate understanding, shall we say.
Do they
Okay,
allow
can I try
Dog
him?
to step over the metal plate on the floor?
Can I try them?
Yes!
Okay, let's see. Do I need to roll anything?
No.
No?
No.
Oh my god.
What happens?
Oh my god, okay, so he takes off running towards the wall, but like he was gonna run into it, but instead he runs up the wall and onto the ceiling. So he can spider climb now.
Fetching and functional.
Yeah.
Spider dog, spider dog.
I was going to say,
Does
Jurnis
whatever a spider
starts to
dog
hum
does.
that. She starts to play
Well,
her lute.
But Tiberius, it's probably a good idea to get down from Keith's ceiling.
All I can say is I'm really glad he's house trained.
You know, he might just take that as a challenge.
That's right. I forget I even said that.
So if he gets a hat, you're gonna put a little like elastic on it to keep it from falling off of his head.
Yeah, I would say Keith is just like leaning over the bar, just staring at this, just blinking like. Right, I need a drink.
It was cloth. Don't worry about it.
You know, I figured. Believe it or not, I actually figured that out.
He gave the goodest boys some fine booties. Didn't he, Tiberius? Didn't he? Yes, he did. Who's a handsome boy? You are. Yes, you are.
Once again, I said the Paladin.
Yeah, he's basically just lovingly mooshing like Dog's face at this point. He's like, "Who's the best boy? You are." Maximum pets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how high up is the ceiling?
So Icarus can fly, but I would actually say it's you're talking about say 10 to 15 feet.
Okay, well, I mean, too late. I was saying Keith looking at him, he would probably try and lick Keith's face.
Yeah, no, there's no way of getting that. Yeah, again, because let's be honest, Keith is a dwarf, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, he'll just lick Icarus's face.
No.
Yeah, Icarus, I'm assuming you're actually flapping up to, meet him halfway.
Yes.
Oh, who are we to get between a boy and his dog?
Anything to get like doggy kisses.
I love it.
Honestly, I think this is the first time you'd have seen it genuinely happy.
I know, and it's adorable. Jurnis is like low-key loving that he's happy, but she doesn't want him to know that. She's still gonna be snarky towards him.
Yay, I can't wait for something bad to happen.
Yay!
Jurnis is trying not to get attached.
I will say this. I think that was a really sweet little moment and a very good place to leave things for next week.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, I will.
GG, everyone.
Yeah, I that was interesting. That went in some interesting directions. I did not plan for half of that. I had a whole bunch of horrible things. And not to get too into it, I was waiting forever for the rest of you all to go to sleep. But no, we just had Icrius. Next time.
I ruined your fun by not taking the pendant.
Oh, it's okay. I've got plans.
That poor woman, but greater good and all that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did actually. You guys have definitely got a good chunk of resources that are going to be helpful for the future.
Does anyone find it ironic that we're making holy bullets out of stolen silver?
I think that's deliciously ironic.
The greater good, Cloak.
The greater good.
I will say before Jurnis goes to sleep, she's going to draft a letter to Christina Forthrider to basically ask about the tavern.
Okay. That is good to know.
She will send
I'm glad I didn't ruin the sweet moment by nobody noticing me come into the chat. I'm super happy about that.
Oh, Heidi.
Oh no.
Hey.
Hello, Dee.
Unfortunately, there was no creepy, sinister plan for Chemise today because.
Hold on. Amend that.
Oh.
There's always a creeping, sinister plan for Chemise. It just didn't come into play.
Exactly. Because again, I had a couple of things that I was going to throw at you guys, but no. I mean, I'm glad that we've got some stuff left over.
You see, this shit is why Icrius needs more light, because he knows that every moment we tarry, Chemise is gaining more power and more friends and more resources.
The resources are all around all of us all the time.
That's just it. That's what Skullface has been trying to tell him. We're gathering resources. We're acquiring materials. We're acquiring stuff we need to go down there.
He could literally silver those bullets immediately.
I gather resources every time someone dies.
Yeah, and the thing is, if he did that, he'd risk setting him off.
No, it's not booties.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one, because his version of ceremony that he was intending to do does involve basically fusing the silver and the bullets together by basically superheating them.
Yeah, which is not a good idea, and Skullface knows that. He's going to just cast them.
So, as we always say, questions, comments, and theories, because again, a few different things happened in this session.
I can't wait for Icrius, the guy that's very uncomfortable with physical intimacy, to meet the horniest elf that's ever lived.
Yes, he is.
Why do you think Skullface is going with him?
But you're not allowed in the meeting!
I think Skullface has some very grand delusions about what Kraz and Jurnis' relationship is.
He's
so you're saying I shouldn't offer to marry you. To clarify, I mean you and Grass, not me and you. Ew. That's just gross.
Jurnis chokes on her whiskey.
I mean, I don't kink shame, so whatever you're into. But yeah, so we met 3 unusual, or should I say 3 completely normal-looking people. Just 3 random people off the street.
I gotta say, I am sorry I couldn't think of anything immediate to ask of the Night Mother. I just could not think of anything.
It's all good. I will tell you this, full disclosure, I didn't actually anticipate the sleeping because there was a sequence of events in my mind and she kind of appeared earlier than I expected her to.
She did.
So
I
again,
forced your hand.
you did. You really freaking did. Well, you forced her hand, so you know. But as I said, she said trust the emissary.
Whoever
Things
that
are in
is.
motion.
I
Yeah.
think that's Glorth, probably. That's my theory. It could be wrong.
Also, we have a return of some old characters you didn't expect to see again, did you, Jurnis?
Nope.
Yeah. Dear Ranmus and his elven lady.
Abandonment issues intensified.
Stealing bitch.
Her harem.
Yeah. Literally, that's what the religion is.
Seethe
So
was
what-
right. Their religion
Yeah.
is sex.
I mean, basically, yeah.
Well, that's
So,
kitty
and
cat,
what-
poofy tail.
What did you think of meeting the High Priestess of your faith? And your master.
I loved it.
I
I'm
love
done.
Aang's master.
Yes.
Precious. And that's a big compliment for a horny old man, isn't it?
I knew he was going to be Master Roshi.
That explains a lot.
But yeah, also apologies. I don't know if we call it all on stream beforehand, but I was trying my best to get everybody's, character stuff taken care of, in regard to all of this stuff. Because I've made a couple of new pages for people to play around with, and basically where it says the law, I'm assuming that means that you guys can't see any of the journals that I've added.
I'm
in
afraid
regard
we
to-
can't.
Gosh darn it.
Sadly,
Wow.
no.
That is so frustrating because on my end, I have all of these icons that are on the page, and they're basically this is where all of the lore on Cusvel Grim, on the undead, on the Veril, on the dwarves, all of that stuff is. In fact, tell you what, I'm just going to very quickly show this to everybody, and maybe that is actually going to help.
Oh my.
So yeah, these are some notes. Obviously, you guys, some of you all need your sleep, so I do not expect you all to read all this mayhem right now because I'm not a sadist, believe it or not, despite evidence to the contrary. But that's the basic lore that you guys would have uncovered so far, given your exploits in the world.
Yes.
So, yes, so were there any questions, any theories before we signed off for the night?
Not
Who the
on mine.
bloody hell is this emissary? It can't be Glorf. No way.
Time will tell. Now,
Who is Glorf anyway?
Glorth was Creature's character. He was early on in Season 2 of the game. You guys came in on Season 3. Glorth was actually around for a little bit when Icrius and Chemise joined. He left before Seethe joined the group.
If I recall, he basically left because he was getting too sane.
Not quite. Not quite.
Sadly,
Who's sober,
Creature
wasn't
got a real life occupation that required him to be up too early, so he couldn't play anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was asking about like the character. in
But the
universe.
character, yeah. We don't know much, but he was essentially batshit shit insane. There's a reason we told you to check your bed and to ignore mice with parachutes, because he made the craziest contraptions. But the Night Mother gifted him sanity, and he was scared of that.
Ah.
Mm.
So
And she
apparently
needed him
he
to
has to
be
do a task
safe.
for her, and she will gift him with his insanity back.
Yes. For the time being, he needs to remain sane so he can perform a service for her.
And Jurnis
And that's
misses her
pretty mu-
blueberry. Despite the
Aw.
fact that he made a habit of clanging around on her horns.
It was very cute. So, in regards to next week, I am now putting it up to a vote to the party. Do you wish to continue with the ever-peeling onion that is Voarcel for next week? Yes?
Yep.
My vote is
There you go.
Fair enough. Very well. I think then we will continue with a conversation between different spiritual leaders next week. And darling, I am looking forward to it. This is going to be fabulous. I do not know why she suddenly slipped into such a southern voice, but we will see.
It's the horse from Strahd.
Oh my gosh, not quite, not quite.
I need a dot and I haven't.
Excuse me, what's this blasphemy that Bloody is saying in the Dice&Dolts chat? I theorize that Doggo is a familiar of or spy for Chemise. No, never.
Nope.
That would be, I mean, look at it this way, Bloody.
Stop
You
giving
don't-
the DM ideas.
Here's the thing, Bloody. It's not like we've met any other characters who are tied to the Fey world in any way, shape, or form that have made deals with powerful Fey entities and maybe are having problems remembering things. Moving down the list, that's going to be a good night from Aja.
Good night.
A good night from Cream.
Wait.
A good night from D.
Good night, everyone. Pleasant dreams. Close the creaking door.
And wash your hands. A good night from Frux.
Good night, everybody.
A good night from Icy.
Good night, everyone.
A good night from Jurnis.
Scully, I'm not entirely sure what you're implying with this.
A good night from Kubur.
Good night, everyone.
And a good night from Seethe.
Night.
Good
See
night,
you all
everybody.
next week for Voarcel.
Also, before you hang up, Bloody Waluigi rules.
Heck yes.
This is
yes,
true.
they do. Yes,
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, aside from his dog blasphemy just now.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Night night.
No.